Hello, I'm Nick Henwood. I'm G3RWF and I'm the Radio Society of Great Britain President. There have been presidents in the RSGB since 1913, so I'm not exactly the first one out of the box. But despite that, as I go around talking to members and seeing clubs, quite a lot of people don't have much of an idea of what I do, or indeed the full extent of what the RSGB does. So I think there are quite a lot of misconceptions around. So I'd like to spend a few minutes today telling you about the role, what it is, what it isn't, and how it can be tailored to an individual's skills and amateur radio interests. So firstly, what does the President do? Well, you could say it's a prestigious and important role, I think that's true, representing the RSGB and its members at events. I also think it's really important that you're passionate about amateur radio. I've been doing it for many years now, so you need to be in there rooting for amateur radio and supporting radio amateurs. And I think it's almost a requirement that anybody wanting to be president should have a bit of a profile regarding amateur radio and be well known. The president is also a board director, and that's a serious responsibility, and I wouldn't want to minimise that. Being on the board means you've got an opportunity to be involved in change and development. So you realise this is a serious responsibility, and some previous knowledge, or certainly willingness to undertake some training, is important. But to get to lighter things, you need to enjoy meeting people and talking to them, as that's a very big part of the role. It helps if you're comfortable giving talks and presenting awards. I've really enjoyed finding out lots and lots of things I didn't know about the RSGB, and in particular things that clubs are doing, and helping to highlight some innovative ideas that members and clubs can share. So that's been terrific. Yes, it takes some of your time, and you have to work out exactly how that could fit into your lifestyle. But how much time you spend does rather depend on your own individual approach to the job. Well, that's a broad brush view of some of the core points. I think I'll just try a few myths. They're always good fun. The President has to attend every event. Nonsense. The President does not have to attend every event everywhere in the country. You choose what you can get to, you choose the important ones, and your colleagues on the board share that role with you, in particular the chairman of the board and the general manager. Next thing, the President needs to know absolutely everything about the RSGB and amateur radio. Well, you know there's an answer to that, and that you say straight-faced that you don't know the answer and you'll go and find it out for people. You're not expected to know absolutely everything, but you do need to know a fair bit. If you haven't got an idea of the overall shape of what's going on and what we're trying to achieve, then you'll find yourself at a disadvantage. Another point is that the President actually has quite a lot of freedom. There aren't any particular and specific projects which the President has to get involved in. I think making a mark is probably more important than actually what it's in. What can the role be? Well, first of all, being President is a great opportunity. I think you can have a really interesting and exciting time as President. So it's enjoyable. I think that needs to come across as well. You need to be seen to be enjoying it. You need to enjoy being a figurehead, not lashed to the front of the boat, but there in front of the RSGB. Sometimes it's demanding, but any job worth doing will be demanding from time to time, and you need to get the balance right. You need to be passionate. I've already used that word, perhaps too much, but that needs to be evident to people that you're really keen on the job and that you are really keen on the RSGB. I belong to that generation that joined the RSGB because we thought that radio amateurs needed to be represented nationally in order to hold on to and enhance the privileges we already have. You also need to be someone who members are proud of. Don't mean that in a silly way, but you want members to look at the President doing things and think, actually, I'm pleased to belong to the organisation that person's talking about at this particular moment. Finally, you do have to give commitment to the job. That means you've got to be clear about what you can do, and you have to be clear about what you can't do, so people don't depend on you and then find themselves let down. So I think that's important with most jobs, but perhaps it's particularly important in a volunteer role. I know I've really enjoyed my 2 years as President, and you'll gain certainly as much, if not more, than you give in that role. and it will be experience that you will remember as you join all those presidents stretching back to 1913. If you'd like to contact me to talk about whether you might become the president, please contact me via president@rsgb.org.uk. I hope you'll give it some serious thought about how you can carry on what's been a really quite remarkable tradition of presidents within the RSGB. So now it's over to you.